Protection of Human Rights in Nigeria 2024 to 2028. Reinforces the commitment that is now reinforces the commitment the present administration in particular and the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in general to the promotion and protection of all human rights as guaranteed by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other international and regional instruments to which Nigeria is part of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In line with this declaration, Nigeria adopted its first National Action Plan for the promotion and protection of human rights in 2009 to 2013, serving as a framework to implement Nigeria's international human rights commitments and guide coordinated action across government institutions. Following the expiration of this NAP 2009 to 2013 plan, the National Human Rights Commission championed and led a decade-long consultative process involving a wide range of stakeholders. This process cut across multiple stages, including consultations with ministries, departments, and agencies, civil society participation, as well as deliberations by steering and coordinating committees. The extensive and inclusive nature of this process ultimately culminated in the adoption of the National Action Plan 2024 to 2028, reflecting a renewed and more comprehensive commitment to the promotion and protection of human rights in Nigeria. Consequently, the NAP 2024 to 2028 is now firmly within the implementation cycle. It has become important to monitor and evaluate implementation activities across agencies by identifying operational challenges and strengthening implementation strategies where necessary. In this regard, the National Human Rights Commission, as the coordinating and oversight body for the implementation of NAP, deems it necessary to convene this meeting. This forum will provide us with the platform to discuss modalities, clarify roles and responsibilities, harmonize efforts across sector, and address emerging gaps. More importantly, it will also allow us to strengthen the synergy between ministries, departments, and agencies and civil society organizations, recognizing that sustainable human rights protection can only be achieved through coordinated and inclusive action. As we deliberate, I encourage you all and wish us a productive and impactful deliberations. Thank you, Dr. Tony Ojukwu, OFR, SAN, FICMC, Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission. Give our ESF clap. So we have started and go back a little. I just did this to let us know that it's an opening remark. What I would have done first, I'm going to do second. Normally, when we come for this kind of workshop, we open with our national anthem. You know, we have a new national anthem, an old new national anthem, and an old national anthem. I'm talking about the old new national anthem. So let us stand and show some respect to our country, Nigeria, before we continue.
O God of creation, to know in love and honesty to grow and live in just and true. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
You introduce yourself properly. Of course, while you're introducing yourself, you tell us where you are coming from. If you are representing your director, commandant, controller, or whoever we invited that asked you to represent him, you let us know that you are representing such a person. If you are from your own, if you are CSO from your organization, let us know the organization you're from. And then you tell us something, just a sentence about yourself. Tell us what you like in a sentence. Hello, I will start by myself. My name is Uche Nwokocha. I'm the coordinator, National Human Rights Commission, Abia State. I love children.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ezobimo John Paul. I'm a consultant from Conrad Educational Limited. I think I love good food.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Oyok Edose. I'm representing my Chief Medical Director, Abia State Specialist Hospital, Umai. I think I love playing football.
Everybody, I am Mrs. Shedrack Chinwe. I'm representing my permanent secretary, Mrs. Becky Ogechi Ogwama, Ministry of Women Affairs. I love children a lot, just like
everybody. My name is Obulu Lovett. I'm representing my commander, NDLEA Abia State. I love dancing.
My name is Kanu Chidizo Samuel. I'm representing my state controller, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment. I think I like music so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Olekibi Agnes. I'm representing the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information. I love video creations.
Good morning, everyone. I am Oka Okachi. I work with National Human Rights Commission, Abia State Office. I like what I'm being employed for. That's human rights defending.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Igwe Imane Sunday. I represent my organization, Soft Pure Hearts Health Givers Empowerment Initiative. I love reading.
Everyone. My name is Nze Kizito Hichami. I'm representing the Executive Director of SHARE. I love cooking.
My name is Joyce Ibilak. I'm representing the Abia State Commissioner of Police, CP Danladi Issa. I love women.
I work with National Human Rights Commission. I love sleeping.
My name is Chike Zeguri. I'm representing Greater Women Initiative for Health and Rights. I love traveling.
My name is Mazi Dr. Timwaka. I am the facilitator and coach of Abia State Senior Citizen Center. I love people.
It's Dr. Edith Ihuama Ifeiwa. I'm from Abia State Senior Citizen Center. I love making friends with people who are good and genuine.
I'm Dr. Kelechi James. I'm representing the State Coordinator on National Health Insurance Authority, Abia State Office. I love reading and research.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Beatrice Ozurumba. I'm a legal practitioner representing the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment. I love education.
Onyedika Evaristus Aneke is my name. Catholic Caritas Foundation of Nigeria is where I work. Teaching is what I like.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aheme Christiana Choma. I'm the KP coordinator,
I love learning new things.
My name is Chidima Wachuku, a community rights advocate at NEP1. I'm representing my coordinator, Mrs. Rebecca Wachuku Eze. I love reading.
The existing protocol. My name is Wachuku Francis Ichidoro, and I am representing adolescent young people living with HIV and AIDS. I love acting.
My name is Nze Tony Chuku, a staff of National Human Rights Commission. I love watching football.
My name is Ojuku Francisca. I work with National Human Rights Commission, Abia State. I love music.
My name is Ihekando Emilia. I work with National Human Rights Commission. I love cooking.
My name is Chimabusa Daisy. I work with the National Human Rights Commission. I love trying out new and good things.
My name is Dr. Hawaii, Investigation Officer, National Human Rights Commission. I love women.
Of the Personal Consultative Meeting on National Action Plan NAP for the promotion and protection of human rights. You keep seeing this prisoner. Prisoner is when those of us at National Human Rights Commission and others from the zones, we are trained in Anambra State on how to do this. So it's still the same document we are using, so nobody should ask me, Kiakwan Kebu prisoner. Hello? So, this is the objectives. Who can remind us what we mean by an objective? If we say we have an objective, what does it mean? Exactly. I've heard whispering, so it shows me that we know what objective is. The first one is to strengthen stakeholder engagement, coordination, and effective implementation. Strengthen stakeholders' engagement, coordination, and effective implementation of the National Action Plan, NAP, 2024 to 2028. Through that is objective 1. Please, I want us to pay special attention to this, the last word there, inclusive consultation and alignment. Good. Enhance awareness and understanding. Increase knowledge of the NAP 2024 to 2028 among stakeholders at national and state levels. Enhance awareness and understanding. Next, identify gaps and opportunities. Assess implementation challenges, gaps and opportunities based on stakeholders' inputs. It will help us to build more. We will identify gaps. We will also identify opportunities. We also assess implementation challenges. What are our challenges in implementing NAP? Promotion and adoption of tools. Formalize the endorsement and adoption of the baseline assessment template by relevant MDAs and stakeholders. Remember that I told you people something about questionnaire. So we have tools for assessing NAP. And one of those tools is the questionnaire. Another one is an interview. Another one is discussions and other things we'll be doing with the NAP. Please remember that what we are talking about is how with such tools, particularly the questionnaire. Then strengthen coordination mechanisms. So we will establish functional system for stakeholder coordination, monitoring and reporting of NAP activities. National Human Rights Commission will be expecting feedbacks from our stakeholders, telling us how they should. Between your agency and another agency. I will give an example. Women Affairs here. Hello? Now, when Women Affairs start implementing NAP, if there is a gap between what Women Affairs is doing and what the police is doing when it comes to domestic violence, it will not be something that they will go on air to talk about. The officer from Women Affairs will meet the officer, the police desk officer in charge of, what do you call it? Is it women and children or gender? You meet with the person and you discuss, say, this is what we are doing and this is what you are doing. What you are doing is not in synergy with what we are doing. Between you and I, who is doing the wrong thing and who is doing the right thing? How do we reconcile? That is one thing that NAP will be doing for us. Clarify roles and responsibilities. Define and communicate the roles of civil society actors within the NAP framework and the reporting structure. As the civil society and agencies make use of NAP, just like I've given an example with Women Affairs, other gaps will also be discovered and other discussions will take place and agreement will be reached, because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal. What is our goal? Promotion and protection of human rights. That's our goal. Yes?
My brother, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I think it was clear. And the explanation was okay, so it's fine. But I just wrote something down when you were talking about fostering synergy and collaborations. Yeah. So I also believe that maybe before we go out from here, I don't know whether you have, I believe you people must have had the service directory. Yeah, so if we have it, will also be fine to update so that everybody will have it. Whenever you want to reach out to somebody, as you said, instead of going to the air talking about it, you can as well, reach out to the person. So having that service directory for the state will definitely be fine. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Such a thing, we are going to improve on it. Like I said, we've started some time ago. We are going to put everything together where we have on one we have 30, on one platform we have about 30 participants, another platform we have about 40, and now today we are expecting about 50, after which we are going to put everybody on one platform so that we can communicate effectively and actually realize our objectives on NAP, National Action Plan. It's national or what state? National Action Plan for the Promotion and Protection of Human Rights. Thank you very much.
Here with me program is overview of the National Action Plan for the Implementation and Protection of Human Rights in Nigeria, NAP, 2024 to 2028. Let's move on. My question would be, what is this NAP for the Promotion and Protection of Human Rights 2024 to 2028? From the objective thus far of remove. I want somebody to help us. What do you understand from that explanation or that word NAP? I say removed. Yes, let's move. On your own, what can you tell us is the meaning of NAP? What is National Action Plan from the objective we saw before now? Okay, if you can't do that, let's proceed. It is a comprehensive is Nigeria's most comprehensive human rights blueprint to date. From the onset of the establishment of the Commission 1995 to this moment is what we call NAP, Nigeria's most comprehensive human rights blueprint, a guideline, a roadmap of how to protect and promote human rights in Nigeria till date. There's a national audit of the human rights situation in Nigeria. The things that has been going on as regards to human rights from 1995 to this moment. That's what the situation of it, the audit, what we have encountered and what we are yet to look at. That's what it means by telling us that NAP is a national audit of human rights situation in Nigeria. Then the next one says NAP means Nigerians' response to the 1993 Vienna Declaration and Program of Action, which called on all states to develop national human rights plan. I don't know how many of us have gone through that Vienna Declaration. Thank God for this slide. It's giving us expo of that. It was just telling us that we that have signed signature of human rights, protection, promotion, and enforcement should go down home and establish or also plan or get a guide on how to protect human rights in our states. That every Nigerian should also be committed to. What is our target? Looking at issues of human rights, promotion, and protection. They say that we've also encountered challenges around them. As we move on, we will see many of them. Now, it is also a basis for collaboration among government, civil society, the private sector, international development partners in the promotion and if it is so, that means you should also get involved in this issue of plans, actions to promote and protect rights at wherever you are, standing or found. Don't tell me that it's only for us at National Human Rights Commission. The Commission is also getting you involved. Or that the Vienna Declaration also is getting you involved in this issue of promoting, protecting human rights. Those of us in the marketplaces, those of us in different offices, those of us that are also in agencies, CSOs, NGOs, and all the rest should be involved in this action plan. Yes. Now, how the plan was developed, how was it developed? We said earlier, between 2014 and 2020, National Human Rights engaged, that's National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, engaged all federal ministries. So they never called only the staff of National Human Rights Commission. Number one, that were involved in this issue of NAP as of 2014 and 2020 were federal ministries. Another one, departments and agencies. Are you among us there? Are you found there? Are you sure? Is police there? CSOs, are you there? Madam Kurtawa, the teaching is for all of us to participate. If you want only me to talk, I would continue talking without getting involved, but it shouldn't be fine. The ones that you don't understand, note it. When we finish, we can also look at it again. So we said in that first map, ministries were involved, departments were involved, agencies were also involved to review the first document. In 2018, there were elaborate consultations in all 6 geopolitical zones to incorporate state-level perspective. We also say NGOs, faith-based organizations, academic institutions, and professional bodies also contributed to NAP development and their experiences. It was not just National Human Rights Commission's affair. Everybody was just involved. Next. Now, governing structures. We have already established that both the market women, both the market men, the private sectors, the federal sectors, the CSOs, the NGOs were at this map looking at the actions we should develop to promote and protect human rights. Now, we said there is a steering committee chaired by the Attorney General of the Federation. The Attorney General of the Federation, is it from Abia to govern this map? We host it, we keep it, we looked at it, we planned it, we consulted everyone. That is why we are telling you it cut across, is a comprehensive document. You can't say it's national human rights material. It is for police. It's meant for DSS. It is for teachers. It is for, he said all of us. There is also a coordinating committee led by the Solicitor General of the Federation, together with the NHRC Executive Secretary. So the only thing I should observe there is that Madam said that there is gaps, there's opportunities for us to do what? For us to do what? She asked us that time if we have questions. Nobody asked questions. She said there is this map objective created an opportunity for us to do what? To observe and also make input. I heard her very, very well. So if you are here today and you could not also understand that you are here to make input, I mean, we'll probably challenge another one I wish you note. So we said areas of rights. The commission is functioned in a way to protect, to promote, and to enforce rights, which are here now. Under this map, we have what we call civil and political rights in chapter 4. Chapter 4 of the Constitution, and also in our NAP. That's the book. So you say this is the most expansive chapter of the implementation plan. Rights covered includes number 1. Are we here? Said right to life. We know what it means. Right to dignity of human person. There's nothing like calling Ozuman, Ozunwoku. I hope we are there. Housing, right to health, right to food, right to water and sanitation, right to education, right to culture, as enshrined in our constitution in chapter 2. You know, sometimes people will tell you, we were so surprised the other day. We went to this Eastgate market. Many women were asking us, you said. I saw one woman the other day say that, you mean all these things? Come and educate our students. I said, no problem, we'll get to your school, don't worry, hold on. So these are things we should also, buy over, own it, and begin to talk about it. You should not leave it for National Human Rights Commission. That is why we call all of us here to get to know all this. And by the time you step it down, you will help us also to become a voice at your corner. At police, you talk that. At DSS, you also talk about it. Market Square, the CSOs, the NGOs, all of us. Thank God, let us look at the other areas this map covered. We have the right to peace, protected environment, sustainable development as seen inequality, inadequate health care, education and social service delivery, discrimination against women, children, persons with disabilities and IDPs, environmental degradation, oil spills. Do you have oil spills here? You have complaints of them here. They report to you. Okay. Then we also have corruption and weak rule of law. Obtainable in this state. Okay. We have abuse of human rights by security forces. Is that correct? So they were right when they put it for us here that it was a challenge on issues of human rights enjoyment. So non-implementation of government white papers and court judgments. Are they also found in the state here? So the NAP is correct that they encounter this challenge as regards to human rights promotion and protection. Next.
There is no way we must not have questions here. So don't tell me you do not have questions. That is not us how to clap. Why don't you be like that clap? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are talking about NAP. What NAP is? National Action Plan. It's a very big plan. It is in a very big book. And it covers every known human right you can think of, every sphere of human rights. So if you come to your own institution, your own agency, your own organization, you find your page. And then you know what you are supposed to do there. And the challenges you have, you let us know. The challenges listed here are the general challenges. There are some specific challenges that is not contained here. One of such specific challenges is, think about a teacher. This one, we are talking about Ministry of Education. If you think about a teacher now, what are the specific challenges a teacher is likely to have? Remember, in the general challenge, we do not have a lack of payment of salaries because it is something that is not general. Some people salaries are paid, and some workers' salaries are paid as of when due. Some others are paid once every week, every month. Some have not been paid for the past 6 months. So those ones are not part of the general. So we have the general ones, we have the specific one. Now I will give another instance, like an institution working for somebody working for the police. They will give them this thing they call Ebecham in my place. This because when we produced this national action plan, it was shared massively. There were workshops, people were being given, people were being given, people were. This one I have in my bag. I got it when we attended one of these workshops on NAP. Some people have lost their own. Some people do not know where their own is. Some people have promised, I once have such a document. I'm going to look for it. But you don't need a document. If you go to NHRC website, if you are dealing with old people, you go to that site. If you are dealing with right to education, if you are dealing with security, whichever one you're dealing with, open it, you see it. Hello? Do we have questions?
Thank you very much, the presenter. You presented very well and we really understood it. My question is this. I have two questions. The first one is rights to property. Please, can you explain to us whether a woman who is married outside has the right to property in her family? That's one. Then you said about right to education. What type of education? Is it the type of education we are having now, where a JS2 student will register for WAEC? Is it that type of education? Because I'm from the education ministry. I know that is the problem Nigeria is having now, because more than 80% of people have certificates, they can't do that. More than 80%. And that is one of the problems we have. That one will lead you to cultism. It will lead you to so many vices. So how will a Human Rights Commission solve this problem? Thank you very much.
Even some parents, I will not register a 14-year-old child for JAMB. But some parents think that the earlier, the better. And they will keep pushing these children, pushing them. And some are pushed into drug abuse, some are pushed into cultism, some are pushed into stealing or to joining a gang, become armed robbers. I think it's not something National Human Rights Commission alone will do. We are not the lead ministry when it comes to education. The lead, we talk about lead. The lead ministry when we come to education in Abia State is the Ministry of Education. Then within the Ministry of Education, you have the primary education, you have a junior secondary, you have senior secondary, you have the informal education sector. Because we have two kinds of education, the formal and the informal, okay? And the government of Abia State is interested in all of them and they are working on it. But if you allow people, even in some schools, you see children who cannot talk and they will tell you they're in primary 2. And the child will say, yeah. I'll be asking, why is this child in primary 2? Oh, she can read the states and capital. Abia, Omaya. They asked, how old is the child? He said the child in SS2 is 14. And he's already in they call it a senior school. And he's already in senior school? 14, senior school? I said, yes. Is he a genius? That's the question they asked. Has he invented something? What has he invented? Because if you have a genius child and you know what it is, some of them are 8 years and professors in the university, but you know the people I'm talking about. Now, these are my cousin's children now. We are not that kind of genius. I just cannot pass the exam. Pass, that. That is our lineage. Okay, say me and Abia. And they had to step them down. They find out where their age mates are and they fix them there. There's no argument about that. But it's only in Nigeria that you come. Even when your child fails, you go and give something. And I had a problem with Imo State University some time ago. I'll keep using it as an example. Imo State University graduated a child who is mentally challenged. A moron. I'm not calling him in a moron in an abusive way, but on an imbecile. They had to do surgery on one side of his mouth so that he will stop dripping saliva. The moment you see him, you just know that this child is mentally challenged. So he went to Imo State University, did year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and made a second class, lower division, 2-2. And he made a second class, 2-2, a boy. And he made that second class 2-2 at the age of 24. But that is not the drama. The drama was that the day he came to collect his certificate, or it was a statement of result for youth service or something, I don't know, they now asked him to sign for it, to write his name and sign for it, and he couldn't. And the woman went and reported to whoever she reported to, and it now became a problem. And the mother and the son came to my office. I insisted that Imo State University must give him his certificate. I said the certificate is not based on ability to write name. It's something that happened over time. A child cannot spend 5 years in the university and you told him that he has scored 2-2. And then you are saying that you are not going to give him his certificate. All of you, we are seeing him. The lecturers, we are seeing him. Departmental heads, all of you, we are seeing him coming to school. Behaving like a baby, crying at times. And now you are saying we are not going to give you the certificate. Sorry, why is this door open? Same way the son is born. And the Abia state government has now made it a law, rights of female to the inheritance. So they are entitled to inheritance in their father's house. If anybody say they are not, let National Human Rights Commission know about it, and then we will intervene, and we have been intervening. But then there is a problem. When it comes to inherited marriage, what we call statutory marriage, there's no problem. Once the man is not there, the woman steps into the property. But if it is a customary marriage, it becomes a problem. Because different custom has a way of dealing with different things. I will give you a life case we are dealing with in our office now. Where is Victor? I saw him. Okay. He is the person handling the file. When he couldn't handle it anymore, both of us started putting our heads together. This woman is well educated, but he had a traditional marriage with the husband. She's the second wife. The man married previously, the wife died, then he married her. But hers was traditional marriage. The man had a son that is almost 60 years. Yes. The first son of the man is should be between 55, 60 years. and the woman should be between 55, 60 years. To step in as a wife that believe in it. She wanted to step into the husband's affairs, learn everything. And the people told him, no, you cannot do that where the diokpara is around. In our tradition, the person that will step in when the father is not there is the diokpara, unless you have any other thing to show us. You were married traditionally, and you are from our place. You know how things are done. And the diokpara on his own is collecting rents and collecting other benefits and using those things to take care of himself. And the woman will shout and shout and shout and shout on top of there something. And the woman will go. The diokpara will do what? Nyatopia obere 200,000. She came to her office and then she was telling me about her rights as a wife. After he had said, I said, but you are bound by the kind of marriage you contracted. Your marriage is not a statutory marriage. It is what? A customary marriage. And it's the custom that we transcend. After I've told him, after I've warned her, I told her, let us go quietly. Your husband's son is not a bad person. I've looked at him, he's not a bad person, he's not a greedy person. That if I talk to him, he will allow certain things. And you should also allow certain things. The man built an upstairs, a story building. Say, okay, you and your children come downstairs. Let the first wife children stay upstairs. Let's start with that. Then we will start talking about other things. He said, the room I'm occupying is the room given to me by my husband. Nobody will move me from that place. And the community met and said, your husband is late. You have a new land. Government and non-governmental agencies. What role are we going to play as it concerns implementation of MAP? Background and purpose on our role. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, is mandated to monitor the implementation of the National Action Plan for the Promotion and Protection of Human Rights in Nigeria, NAP 2024-2028. As part of this mandate, the Commission has developed a comprehensive implementation monitoring questionnaire. I told us about that questionnaire earlier. To systematically gather data on progress made by ministries, departments, agencies, civil society organizations, and other relevant stakeholders across the country. Objective of the assessment. 1, to elicit accurate information. Elicit what? Accurate information from federal, state, and local government authorities on action taken towards NAP implementation. When we come to your office, we ask you, what actions have you people taken towards implementation of NAP? 2, to sensitize stakeholders on their responsibilities towards human rights promotion and protection. Go on. Next. So periodically, evaluate where we were in 2027, or are we going down the ladder, or are we going up the ladder? Next. Monitoring tool. To achieve its objective, the National Human Rights Commission engaged a consultant to develop robust tools for establishing a baseline on NAP implementation across federal, state, and local government levels. The consultants also developed comprehensive monitoring framework for assessing the implementation of NAP and for ongoing monitoring and evaluation federal, state, and local government levels of governance. Next. Where I'm going fast is where we are repeating ourselves. You get it? Civil and political rights, economic, social, and cultural rights, rights of women, children, and young persons, the right to sustainable development. There is also a portion on general awareness and relevance assessment of the NAP. Responses will feed directly into the NHRC NAP midterm and annual progress reports submitted to the federal government and international treaty bodies. It goes like this. The organizations and agencies here will submit to National Human Rights Commission. National Human Rights Commission, after due processing, will now submit to the international organization, that is United Nations. Who are the respondents? Who will respond to this questionnaire we are talking about? Ministries, departments, and agencies of government are doing things nobody knows about. If you are doing anything pertaining to human rights promotion and protection, and the National Human Rights Commission does not know about it, you are not doing anything. You are boxing on the air. Because data speaks. What speaks? Data. It's data that says what you are doing. You coming up to argue, we are doing this, we are doing that, reminds me of a problem we had when we are training the CRAs. A woman, we did not invite her, but she barged in and said that somebody invited her from Abuja, or somebody told her about the workshop from Abuja. So the issue, what do we do with her? We allowed her to participate. But then we found out that this woman and her organization have been working very hard, working hard, to rehabilitate and assist sex workers. But we didn't know what she was doing. So when it comes to training on that angle, we did not invite her. We have no reason to invite her. We don't know who she is or what she's doing. Another one, I just discovered recently that if you want to update your registration with CAC, there's a column where National Human Rights Commission is supposed to fill for you or sign for you or something like that. There is a desk for that at Abuja. It's not here in the States. An organization from Abia State now went to Abuja and asked them to fill this form, let me sign for me. Who did they call? They called me. Do you know about this organization? I don't know how to lie anyway. Some people call it foolishness, others call it boldness. But one thing I don't do is that I don't even know how to do it. So I said, no, I don't know about this organization. And they say they did this and did that. I don't know. I'm not in a position to say what they did and what they did not do. But the fact is that I do not know about this organization. They were asked to go back to Abia State. They come back and they came to pay a courtesy visit. It's when they come on the courtesy visit that I now met with them. And we started talking. And they told me that they have seen me in this place and seen me in that place. I told the man, your face is not strange to me. Also, I have seen you, but seeing somebody in a workshop, does that tell you what the person is doing? So, these respondents, ministries, departments, agencies of government, civil societies, CBOs, youth organizations, any person that is working on anything on human rights, if National Human Rights Commission does not know about you and what you are doing, if I'm called and I'm asked, I will just say that I do not know. And businesses and corporations, chambers of commerce and professional bodies should also be telling us what they are doing on about human rights promotion. So that's how it is. It's a lot of work for everybody. But if we don't do it, there's no way we are going to tell anybody within Nigeria or outside Nigeria that we are doing anything about human rights. You have seen these Oyibo people now who come to help us with banditry in Nigeria. Have you seen how they talk about Nigeria? How they talk about Nigerians? How all of you people are fools? All of you are idiots? All of you do not know anything? All of you are thieves? Because we do not give information. I'm not saying we don't have thieves. We have thieves. We also have those who are not what? Thieves. But if we don't tell any person that not all of us are thieves, the presumption is that all of you are thieves. And it's not something that you'll be jumping on. Esolomia, I'm not a thief. God forbid. Not my portion. You are wasting your time. The best thing you can do is show your data. The promotion of human rights, enjoyment of human rights through their mandate. As far as your assignment affects the human person, it affects human rights. Now, let me tell you about this. Every MDA, every institution, every organization deals with human beings in Nigeria. Even if you work in what is that? Those people they ask us to invite. Roots. Is it Ministry of Roots or of Crops? Even if you deal with roots and crops. Even if that's what you deal with, you still have human beings there. And whatever you produce will be consumed by human beings. So you need to be conscious of their rights. Next. Why MDAs promote and protect human rights? In Nigeria, ministries, departments, and agencies contribute to the promotion and protection of human rights through specialized mandates that include investigation, legal aid, policy development, and enforcement. Legal Aid Council of Nigeria, for example, provides free legal services to indigent citizens to ensure equal access to justice particularly for those who cannot afford private legal representation. Public Complaints Commission acts as an ombudsman to investigate public complaints against administrative injustice by government agencies or officials. Now, looking at this place, your institution is actually there to protect and do what? And promote human rights. Let me use civil defense for an example. What is the core mandate of civil defense? Okay, help me now. The core mandate of civil defense. To defend the defenseless. Now, defenseless, are they humans or animals? Humans. So, like our constitution says, it said that the protector of human rights in Nigeria is the government. Is the what? Government. When you are in your office established by government for the protection and promotion of human rights, and you are there abusing human rights, it means that you are doing something counterproductive. You are doing something that is detrimental to the National Action Plan on the promotion and protection of human rights. No matter how big your office or how small your office. Even if you are detaining people, you have to detain them in a humane environment. A thief is a thief, isn't the thief a thief? So you caught him and he has confessed, he has stolen. That is not the reason for you to put chains on his legs and his hands and dump him somewhere. That is not the reason for you to put him in quarter infected cells. Yes. There was a time people who come out from detention, from area command, and no, not state CID necessarily. I'm talking about area command and CPS. Those cells they have there, they are seriously infected with water. People who are locked in there, when they come to our offices, you see that these insects have actually eaten them alive. I started shouting, I started protesting. I called the PPRO. I told her what is happening. I don't know if they have done something about it, because she promised me that they will do something about it. You need to see people who came out from that place. Even if they are thieves, quarter shouldn't eat them alive. And I also feel sorry for the police men and women that work in such environments. Because contracting such insects are very, very easy. Touching any of their listing and one of them entering your nail, you've taken it home. And you'll be in serious trouble. So, every person that is working for the government should be promoting and protecting human rights. The education sector, health sector, all of us. Then you have a legal counsel, you have a public complaint commission. Not all the ministries will be listed here. Some will be highlighted. Next. Security enforcement. Why ways MDS promote and protect human rights? Of course, you know that every crime is an abuse of human rights. Do you know that? Who can tell me of a crime that is not an abuse of human rights? Security agencies. We have a lot of them. We have the police, we have civil defense, NDLA, immigration, DSS. There are so many of them. We have so many of them, but still, things are not as expected in the country as far as law enforcement, protection of life and property is concerned. I was chatting with a police officer. I have a lot of them as my friends. He's in Anambra State, and he was telling me how they caught a man that kidnaps people and place those kidnapped in the public view. Yes. In his house at Mpo. If you know Mpo now, you know how rugged that place can be. That is where he kidnaps people and he keeps them until ransom is paid. And then he will release them. The man says that the police around must know what is going on in that place. Because they are his friends. They eat and wine with them. And when people report him, somehow investigations will do what? Fail. They will tell you that what you reported, we are unable to do what? Find out what you reported. It's tasteless. Your complaint is, you've wasted our time. Stop coming here to complain nonsense to us. Have you ever heard such a thing before? Yes. Now, how did they catch him? It was another police people from elsewhere. And they were not looking for victims of kidnap. They were tracking a vehicle. They were tracking a stolen vehicle. It was their tracking the stolen vehicle that led them into his compound. And these victims were released, were rescued. So you see, a lot of things are happening. Another one is civil defense. Theirs is to protect, when they started initially, I think, development. We see a lot of efforts being wasted. One day I was driving towards Bende local government. I saw a lot of housing. Who owns that housing estate? Is it a private developer? And people are looking for where to live. And that place is completely abandoned. Of course, it will be vandalized now. Nature abhors vacuum. If you build a house, complete a house, and nobody is living there, people who need Akpakara people now, what do you want them to do? People who need roofing sheets and iron. There's such a thing. I'm not justifying them. I am just saying that at times we create rooms for certain anomalies. And people are looking for where to stay. If you look for a house, why NDAs promote and protect human rights? National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, basically protects the rights of vulnerable persons by combating human trafficking and providing rehabilitation for victims. They also oversee which ensure non-discrimination in education and equal access to the girl child or the persons with disability. It also collaborates on human rights education and sensitization programs to build a culture of right awareness from an early age. Here again, we have another challenge. National Human Rights Commission, since we established our office here in Abia State 2019, there is no Commissioner of Education we have not written to allow us access to the government schools to educate the children on human rights. And they will always say no. At a time, they asked us to bring our prospectus, what we are going to teach the children. I would like to see it. We sent to them. They said they will get back to us. And you dare not step into any public school to say you are talking about human rights or anything at all without the school head getting a clearance from Ministry of Education. There again, we are in a quadrangle. The people that is benefiting from National Human Rights Commission human rights education are children from private schools. That's why when you see children from private schools, the way that they open eyes is different from children from public schools. Because the opportunities given to those in the private schools are not given to those in the public schools. And I think it's discriminatory. We have an educationist here. Any person from the Ministry of Education? Okay. I hope you give us health. Ensures access to essential services, enforces the right to health via primary care, disease reduction, and quality regulation. So the Ministry of Health in Abia State, I can say they are trying. I will always vote for that ministry. I remembered when we wanted to open a free clinic in a community, and I was so worried because if we write any letter to any ministry in Abia State, then you keep climbing stairs until your knees and your waist become so painful, and then you give up. But we went to the Ministry of Health, told them what we want. They asked us some questions, and the commissioner there asked us to go to the Ministry of Primary Health. We should go and visit primary health people. I said, Oga, are you sure? Won't you give us some paper? He said, no, you go. Before you get there, I will call him. Like Joko, I got there. Okay, oh, you are for human rights. The commissioner called me. What do you want? This is okay, go and find a place. We have somebody at Ohofia local government. She will accompany you to the place. If she says the place is okay, we have no problem with that. Within 1 week, if I tell you what I've seen with Ministry of Lands, you feel sorry for me. Or is it Ministry of Information? Here is people from information. Somebody told me some time ago that they have something on the ground. You can't remove it. But here in Abia State, it's a common thing. Man, they call G, call K, call whatever. Somebody will just go and destroy everything. And everybody will be ewo. At the end of the day, nothing happens. And the person that is removing this, they are not removing to plant. He is just removing to do what? To destroy. That the land is his. If it's in my place, the land is yours. You say, okay, nobody is fighting over the land with you. Allow the crops to grow. Let the farmer harvest. I wish, because a lot of crops, a lot of food is lost through this practice. Then we have Minister of Foreign Affairs, not our concern. Next. These examples are by no means exhaustive. They are just a few examples of how MDAs promote human rights by the very work that they do. So many more examples abound. Look at your own organization, look at your own ministry, look at the meaning of human rights, then you will tell yourself better than I can tell you here how you can promote and protect human rights by the work you do. The NAP recognizes this and has mentioned these MDAs as either lead agencies or cooperating bodies under the different areas of rights. This has been clearly brought out in the NAP implementation plan of the NAP. Next. The role of MDAs in NAP implementation. The NAP implementation plan has assigned roles for MDAs in line with their areas of work and in recognition of the role as duty bearers in achieving human rights standards. MDAs are therefore important to the human rights architecture of the nation, from protection of rights to life, dignity of the human person, right to health, education, or food, down to freedom from discrimination on the basis of sex, age, circumstances of birth, religion, or culture. NAP has set numerous objectives under each abuse of what? Ministry of Health, right to health, healthcare delivery system, health insurance, and so on. Right to safe water and sanitation, nutrition, proper waste management, development, air quality management, and so on and so forth. Who is for Ministry of Health here? Hello? Okay. My interest here will be the Ministry of Health now. What are you people doing about right to safe water and sanitation? Is it Ministry of Health? Are you people taking care of sanitation, or is it another agency? Okay, environment. Okay, thank you very much. What are people doing about nutrition?
Yes, for our agency, we have for OBC nutritional support through our CBOs. You know, where we'll give food supplements, we also give cash to ensure that cases of nutritional cases are brought, malnutritional cases that are brought to our attention are catered for. We have that in our budget. Even recently on Friday, we made disbursement to certain CBOs that requested for under our rapid response, and funds were released to them on Friday. That I can tell you.
So, confirm. Because once I hear things like nutrition, I become suspicious. I say, what can we be doing here? CSOs and human rights. CSOs act as watchdogs, monitoring government compliance with the Constitution and reporting on human rights violations. They provide legal support to victims of human rights abuses, including cases of gender-based violence and child abuse. They engage in legislative lobbying to shape policies, promote transparency, and advocate for laws that uphold human rights principles. Hold on. I have some cases against some civil societies, not all of them, some of them, particularly those that call themselves in the human rights. They don't use the name of their organization. They just say they are in the human rights. What do? They negotiate bail with the police. They negotiate bail. If the police said that somebody will get 50,000 naira, they will go and negotiate for 20,000 naira. When the police collect 20,000 naira, they will ask the victim to give them 10,000 naira. or 20,000 naira. Have you heard of such a thing before? At times they collect money from victims and promise them they will do this for them and do the other one for them and do the other one for them. What I will not even promise people that I will do for them. Because if the police arrested you or you are a person and you come to me and you tell me the person was arrested because of child trafficking, I will not ask you, give me 200,000 naira and by next tomorrow the person is out. I will tell you it's a serious offense, which ordinarily the police is not allowed to grant bail. But what I will do is that I will go to the police, find out from them the nature and the involvement of your father or your friend in the alleged trafficking. If he's not involved, then I will ask the police to release. If he's involved, I will ask the police to charge him to court and get him remanded in prison. If you want me to intervene, give us a written complaint. Some of them will bring the written complaint and we will intervene and the person will be released. Some of them will escape. They will not come back. They will now go to one of these human rights people and give them 200,000 naira. And when the human rights people have spent their money, they will now give them a letter to take their complaints to National Human Rights Commission, so that the commission will now help them. Such people, I classify them as exploiters. I don't see them as people who are interested in the promotion and protection of human rights. They add to the burden of the victims. Next. Just as that they are doing. Some are working with the police, some are working in the health, some are working in the correctional center, some are working with businesses, some are working with a lot of religious institutions have organizations, human rights organizations, taking care of different things. I can mention some of them. I can mention Caritas. You know what Caritas does? Caritas is an organization, a civil society organization within the Catholic Church, and they're doing a lot of things. They're doing a lot of good things. That is what that is saying. Government needs a partnership and a collaboration of civil society, especially those ones that have grassroots reach, in order to have a holistic view of human rights situations in the country and obtain recommendations on ways of improving the state of human rights. The last time we had a CRA training, we invited traditional rulers. They were there, and we are telling them that they have very important rules on what we are talking about today, the promotion and protection of human rights. Because a lot of our traditional institutions, religious institutions, abuse human rights, particularly rights of women. We had a drama in our office yesterday. I was so pissed off. My colleague was handling a matter, and as is with our practice, some people came from the family involved, and we asked them to go and look into the matter, then report to us. They went and looked into the matter, and they decided that a woman should leave her shop for her son. The woman built the shop, the woman rented the shop, And it's the money she's collecting from that shop that she's using to take care of herself. To crown it all, the woman is blind. This son does not contribute anything to the care of the mother. And these village people sat together and said the woman should leave. So he said that it is possible in Abia State that we've gotten to that level. So it's something to be very proud of. Now, the NAP business human rights. Sorry. Okay. One state mechanism include all the centers and agencies so that the NAP business human rights, that is NAP BHR, further notes that CSO operated mechanisms range from formal to informal in their operational structure. Some specialize in advisory services and the provision of information, while others are mainly concerned with referral and monitoring. Next. Role of CSOs continue. Monitoring and accountability is one of the most significant roles ascribed to the CSOs in the NAP. The document states clearly that the plan will be used by organs of the civil society to monitor and assess the observance of human rights and to gauge the commitment of the government. Hello? The aim is what? To gauge the what? Commitment of the government. Remember that the primary human rights protector is what? The government. Through its institutions and agencies. This means CSOs are not merely observers. They are expected to be active evaluators of state compliance. Next. The document that there's extortion going on in the office and the person did not frown, did not seek to recover. It means that the money is being collected for, or is the person ordering the collection? Now, if I ask somebody to collect money from somebody in my office, I will be able to tell the person, yes, I asked him to collect money for posting the letter by courier. We cannot fund that in the office. If you want us to post the letter concerning you by courier to Port Harcourt, you have to do what? You have to pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, you keep your letter until when we have money. Then we will what? We will send it. But if you come to my office every day, have you sent the letter? Have you written the letter? Have you sent the letter? You have to pay for it. No, go home and sit down. When we send it, you get a response. And if I give such an instruction, I should be able to say yes. Are you getting what I'm saying? I am saying this because in a lot of our offices, we do not have the necessary backing. We do not have the necessary finances. We do not have even vehicles for transportation. And asking a staff working in an agency or in a CSO to be using their salary to be running errands for the office without refunding. If the staff uses the money, his or her money, then the agency or organization will refund. There's no problem. We do that in our office too. But where you don't have money for such refunds, and you still ask the person to use the person's stipend to do it, what will the person use to take home? But then, because of these shortcomings, Some people now do what? Exploit it. If you ask a bailiff to go and serve a document to somebody from High Court here at Abia, how much is transportation to Abia? Hello? And sorry. I'm just giving an. Okay. We're itching to ask question then, and I ask you to pen it. But I ask you to pen it now, to write it down.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mom, you are trying to say that women affairs, that there are a lot that we don't do, but I was trying to tell you that we, as the Ministry of Women Affairs, handle some cases that were reported to us from the local governments. Some of these people, they don't even come. They will just go home and present whatever they want to present. So when it's not reported, sometimes we might not be able to know what's happening there. But the ones we know, we try to correct. Thank you.
Hello? This is what I call a lame excuse. Very lame excuse. The Ministry of Women Affairs, I think I said it soon, they are empowered. If they invite you and you don't come, they will ask the police to go and pick you. The police is supposed to assist every government agency and institution. When I was working, it's here in Abia State that I discovered that the police are most reluctant. Civil defense were assisting before, then all of a sudden, they started asking us for not money. They came to our office one day and they asked me to show them our law and our act and our this thing, why they should be assisting us. I said, you shouldn't be looking at our laws. So I gave them some documents. You should be looking at what you, as an institution, is supposed to do. As an institution, you are supposed to assist other government agencies. You are working with them, you're supposed to assist them. When I was in Enugu, our office is in New Haven. The Commissioner of Police told us to partner with the area command Ababa. So if we have problems, they are the people we call. Because the job we do is so sensitive. If we don't have a ready police desk to reach, some people may come to our office and decide to fight us. It has happened. A man was looking for his wife for a fight, and we are arranging mediation for two of them. We didn't know the man has other things in mind. He came to the office, and before we knew what was going on, he started releasing blows on the woman. Do you think I will let him go? In my office. Yes. In our office. It happens. We call the police because we have the police to call. If it happens in Abia State here, I don't know what I will do. Because no police station in Umuahia has been mandated to respond to National Human Rights Commission. The desk there was asked to, at area command there, was asked to respond to us. So if we have any problem, we call that number. He knows what to do. Highest 20 minutes, the police will arrive. But here we don't have such. And the same thing goes for Ministry of Women Affairs. Their own is even better in the Enugu State. Because the state government have a lot of legacy to show. You can't be insulting an an agency of the government and you expect the government to support you by giving you things. It's not done. So when it comes to commanding the police, the Ministry of Women Affairs is more effective than National Human Rights Commission. In their security meeting, Women Affairs is there. So if they ask the commissioner to do something or call the police and they refuse, when they come to security meeting, they will report it. And because the commissioner will warn all the police command, if you do anything that will make Women Affairs to talk anything, I will deal with you. So in the National Human Rights Commission, we have just one office. The Ministry of Women Affairs have the police offices all over the state. All they need, they want somebody from Nsukka. They will call a DPO at Nsukka, tell them the person they want. Tomorrow they will bring the person. So telling me that you invite them, they don't come. When you are government, and their government is supporting the security agencies in the state. Now, what's coming in? One boy,
I believe that all these things is because lack of collaboration. That is why when a new sheriff takes over an agency, especially one like ours, he goes for courtesy visits. And there is need for still other agencies to come for courtesy visits too. It's during this courtesy visit that some of these things are streamlined. When there are no collaboration, you can't just jump into a civil defense office where there is no matching order that we should assist these people whenever they call. You jump and say, come and arrest somebody. It sounds strange. But when there is that collaboration, it's no longer a strange call. We know that we are working together. We know that we are partnering together. So we will now move in to exercise, to do our duty. Now, the present state commandant here, Commandant Todimba from Imo State, is doing quite well. He has even gone for cultivate to Federal Girls Secondary School. You know why I'm here. So that shows you the extent he wants to go. So your agency can still come for courtesy visit. The letter that brought me here, just a few days ago, he asked me to go. Do you get? That shows how important he takes the invitation. If it was not important to us, we wouldn't have been here. So I think what we should do is inter-agency collaboration. That answers it all. It's not if you don't have to move to the state government or to the governor to pick all this. Just personal collaboration will handle all this. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to commend you, Ma, for the wonderful presentations and insights. It's quite educative. Personally, I've actually learned a lot, despite being long in the work. Like you rightly pointed out, and for now we're talking about the way forward. Recently, something actually happened in the state last week. A young girl, she was 6 months pregnant, was chased out of her home, there in Omaya, simply because they heard that she's HIV positive. So the family chased her away. So, and she went and she was sleeping in an uncompleted building somewhere in Oman 5. So, but through the help of FIDA, somebody reported the incident to FIDA because men do go there and have sexual intercourse, unprotected sexual intercourse with the girl. And the funny thing is, at the end of the day, they will leave their phone number. She has a plain sheet where their names and their phone numbers are. You understand? So when the FIDA came to her rescue, of course, they had to take her to hospital, and during the diagnosis, she was discovered to be reactive to HIV, positive reactive. So she was taken to Ministry of Women Affairs. They accommodated her for just a night, and she was brought to our office on Thursday last week. So, and after the counseling and the rest of them, so we were able to do quite a lot. We had to provide feeding for her at that moment, took her to enroll her into care, and also ensure that she's also enrolled into antenatal. We paid for all that on Friday. And the 6 months. And the good thing is that we had to go back to the family. And as we speak, she's being united with the father. In fact, it was the father that came on Friday as to sign as a next of kin as and also as a caregiver before we can give out a drug. So why I'm mentioning this is because of the collaboration. If not for the intervention of someone to feed her to the Ministry of Women Affairs and to us. And we are not stopping there. We are, as we speak, a letter is being forwarded to the governor on see how we can start her up with something so that she can be able to, because she sells pure water. She lost her mom at a younger age, and the dad is a retired butcher, So she actually needs a reorientation on how to support her. Because we also discovered that's the fifth child. Yes, that's the fifth child, and all those kids has been either stolen or whatever. So, the letter that was forwarded to me by my DG says a desk officer. So, for me to add up to my suggestion is that let there be a platform for if those persons that are here as representative for the implementation of NAP in the state, so that
much as I appreciate what the gentleman from Civil Defense has said, we are in the habit of paying courtesy visits to new commanders when they come. Ask them will be coming there. We will come to meet the new one now. But the speed at which they change these heads, no, it's not a laughing matter. It makes it difficult for them here in Abia State. It means we keep walking around the circle. We come here. So each commander that comes will go and meet the person before the collaboration is established. So I don't know, your suggestion is good, we've taken it, since that's the way it works here. But I know in other places, desks are established for specific work, and when a new commandant comes and asks what is going on, these desks are introduced. Oga, this is a women and children desk. This is the person in charge. This is what they do, what they do, what they do, and what they do. This is this. All it needs is one commandant to do it. And it becomes a desk, what a desk is supposed to do. And sorry, I'm not going to say that Human Rights Desk has been assigned to respond to National Human Rights Commission, because usually our call may be distressed, which the Human Rights Desk may not even be equipped to handle. Now, what happened in this? I don't even know what they call that their desk. We know that people. This is not a job National Human Rights Commission can do alone. Each civil society organization should be doing the same thing. Each ministry and agency should be doing the same. But we have a problem in the ministries and in the agencies. They employ whoever they want to employ. Why CSOs are more effective than that? CSOs, they get like minds. People who think alike will come together and decide to take certain actions. and they will take those actions. But if it's in an agency, you call a meeting and you say you are going to do this and do that. Before you know it, somebody will bring out, what do they call it, your bylaws or your law, and they will tell you that this is not part of what you should be doing. I know because before coming to work for National Human Rights Commission, I worked for University of Nigeria. So I know how it goes. And if you have, if your head is one of those who do it by the book, if you invite somebody to the office and the person doesn't come, he will tell the victim, I've invited him, oh, he didn't come. What do I do now? End of story. But if you have a head that has the will and feels empathy with people that are suffering, he or she will try to find a way of making sure that these things happen. She doesn't need anybody to tell her to go to, when you are having a security meeting, raise it with the commissioner of police. He is there. Raise it with the commandant of the civil defense. He is there. But some of us are wired differently. Some people are so nonchalant. Some people are so into politics. As far as you are discussing something that is not Tinubu, Peter Obi, Atiku, Alex Oti, where is the other one? Ben Kalu. They are not interested. They are not interested in a woman that has been abandoned with her children, with no help from anywhere. And the father of those children is somewhere enjoying himself. They are not interested. So we have a problem with the ministries and the agencies. And that is where the civil societies come in. The only people that will make the civil society to move, that will make the agencies to move, is the civil societies. They will not do anything. I remembered when I was transferred from Enugu to Abia State. Enugu people, they were calling me, come, you must do something. If it is when you are around. I told them, I'm no longer around. But the good thing, before I left Enugu State, I trained some foot soldiers. There were some people, middle rank officers, lower rank officers, that worked with me. And I made them do things the way I want those things done. If I want you to investigate a matter, you dare not come and tell me that you invited the person has refused to come. Who are you telling that to? I will not listen to you. All I want is a report from you on your preliminary investigation. Don't tell me this person didn't come and the other person did not come. That was how I worked. But there are some people, if you tell him now, this person refused to come. Tell the complainant that he refused to come. After all, National Human Rights Commission Act did not ask us to go and force people to come. We were asked to do what? Invite them. But if I invite you and you do not come, I will look for ways to compel your attendance. And those who have failed to come have had reasons to regret it. Like I always tell people, every human rights abuse is a crime. If I invite you and you come, I'll be treating it as a human rights abuse, something we can discuss and mediate and probably resolve. But if I ask you to come and you fail to come, I send you a reminder you fail to come, I will label you a criminal. To do. Because in the letter I will tell you clearly, your failure to come means your acceptance of the facts, not crime, of the facts stated, whether they are facts or not. If you don't come, it means what? It means they are facts. And when I have done it to 10 or 20 people in Abia State, today if we invite somebody to our office, upon the human right, police. Hello, do you hear that? Not going on, they will do what? They will call police for you.